Alright, boom. Back again. Done on the MySpace. Pick up yourself now. 565. Brock Pride. You're thinking, why is she so close to me now, innit? Cause
I miss you all day, baby. I miss you all day. I just wanted to just be all up in your grill and that. You know what I mean?
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. Episode, what is it? Episode
7.
Episode 7.
Look at that, 7, you know?
Yeah. Done God ones, yeah? Now, you know what? We started the interview thing. We're going to make it bang. We've got a guest and we're happy. We're going to chop it up with him. I'm so excited. Like, it's our first interview that we're going to be conducting. So we're gassed. So, introducing my Don, my G. I don't know how to introduce my guy, you know, because he's got so many names. Like, Chef.
However you want to introduce me, my bro. It don't matter. Still.
I don't know. That dining table.
FEND, dining table. You get me? Obviously, you might see my government on camera.
No, I don't know if we do government. Can we do government? I don't know. You do government?
Everyone knows my government. Anyway, I don't care, Leon. You know what I mean? They're like, there's no shade. We're adults now.
Full name then, full name.
No.
What's your middle name and that?
No. None of that.
No, that's mad. No. So we want to get you here just to interview you, just to see what your life's about, what's going on, what you're doing for yourself, and blah blah blah. So that's what we're gonna do. So big up everybody that's been subscribing, liking,
big up everyone,
commenting. Can I pick up the haters again?
Yeah, big up the haters as well.
Yeah, man. Big up.
Maybe people dislike it as well. You get me? If you're dislike, you are hated though. But
yeah, haters.
Don't matter. You sat there and took your time to hate. That's what I'm saying.
Nah, it's mad.
But then haters become your greatest supporters because they're the ones that are watching everything you're doing.
That's true.
Like they don't like you, but they just can't help themselves. They have to. What's going on next? Oh, they've always got something going on. Oh, they ain't broken up yet. Oh.
Hey, we said they're trying to play on man's downfall.
They're broken up yet.
And this is powerful still. So obviously, I know how you lot do your thing.
Yeah.
You know, went to interview me. We could do that anytime. You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah. I wanna sit and talk to you guys and give your flowers today.
What?
Nah, we're switching it up. You get me? It's like today, the Max and Shan show featuring FEND, aka the host of the show. You see what I'm saying? Dusty Estate out now. You get me? But yeah, no, I want to interview you two.
You're right with that? We can get him off now, you know?
You say you weren't expecting this now?
Nah.
Why not?
Getting a bit hot on the
We can't get him sweating and that, fam.
What's he got on you?
Nothing. Wow, okay.
Yeah,
nah.
Obviously.
Wow, okay.
Come on, look something different.
Yeah, no, because I feel that you guys need a proper introduction to this thing. You lot are doing your thing still.
Thank you, man.
I see the power, like you lot are a powerful couple.
Thank you.
Family orientated, you know. I see your journey as well.
Thank you.
I'm for that. You get me, one bro. So yeah, man. And thank you for inviting me down today.
Yeah, man.
As well.
Aye, it's a blessing. No. That's why you got to live good. At the same time, it's just good that. Hold tight, Bennett. I got to big up Bennett.
Yeah, my brother, Bennett. You know,
Bennett,
come on, hey. We'll get into that.
Yeah,
still.
we'll get into it another time.
But yeah, hold tight, Bennett though.
Yeah,
he's a real one.
Yeah. Because
he kept that connection.
Yeah, and he just posted this video. I said, hold on, you still connected to that's my Donny, like, give me the video, like, and tell him that I said, he's a,
give him a number, yeah.
And then boom, numbers switched over. Next thing you know, we're talking. Next thing I know, he's here.
Yeah.
Like, that's how deep life is, and yeah.
That's spiderweb, right?
What do you mean spiderweb? Oh.
Hey, I thought you talk about that the other day as well. I was on the pod, yeah. Yo, what's that, Wise Monkeys? I was on that pod, and there was a spider in the corner. Bro,
there's one in this yard.
I allow it though.
I'm not lying, there is one in the yard. Nah, that one, the one yesterday, I stamped on it and it just looked at me like, what?
You say cut out, yeah?
Yeah! You saw me yesterday, you saw me stamping it.
You see the
spider twice.
You see that spider's eating good.
Bro, I swear I stamped on it and it did not, it just looked at me like, what? Wagwan. And then walked up. What's that? Hold on a minute.
Hey, I don't know.
Love. Alright, so we got, alright, whatever, we're ready for anything, innit?
Yeah, we're just gonna have convo and just talk, innit? And let the people know about you two more, innit? So I'm gonna start off with obviously I met you we was doing the Princess Trust.
Yeah, man.
Let's get into that. Like, why did you do the Princess Trust and why did you do the peer supporting?
It was an accident. I didn't like young people, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was in corporate, doing alright, living my best life, and then they said that you can go and work with young people, and get days out of the office. I was like, right, I would love days out of the office. You get me? Because you get caught up in the world. Sometimes like thinking, nah. But they said you can go to the Prince's Trust for 12 weeks and you get paid. And I was like, eh? So I could just go and chill with young people.
Yeah.
From the day I went on it, I never looked back. Like I properly was engrossed in it. Like, and I meant to only do like 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And go back. I ended up saying, nah, they need me to stay on and and I just fell in love with it from there. And then I got pulled aside at the end of that, and then someone said, you know what, you should continue doing that because you're good at it and young people, and it just went from there. I never went from that day. 12-week program. Yeah. The first one I did, I literally said, handed my resignation in, and then said, I want to work for college. Didn't get in straight away. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. First one they declined my application because I didn't have enough experience in that. But it's not what you know, it's who you know. Yeah. And then someone said, you know what, I'm going to get you in because you've done a good job with the young people. And it's literally young people that got me in. They said, nah, he's good to get him in. And then that was it. That from there, corporate, no more.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Literally.
So you never even had to go through the same program, you know, like the training program? Did you
nah. I just literally went on. I was just like supporty, just... Because you know there was police on there.
Yeah. Let me get into that.
So I was just like that. I was like coming on just to help, literally just to come and get insight. And the insight I got into it was amazing from the start to the finish. Yeah, it was up and down and madness. The residential was crazy, but other than that, I've really enjoyed it, and it was fulfilling. So sitting in the office the whole day, half the time you don't know what's going on, and plus the main thing what I was getting is that. In the prison services where I worked.
Oh, so you worked in the prison services?
Yeah, I worked in the prison services. So many people thought that I worked in prisons, but I didn't work in the prisons. Yeah. I worked in HQ. So I was doing pay and policy. Okay. So I was a pay and policy manager. So bare people thought that, wow, you screw. No, I'm not screw. I'm not that. Yeah. It's a matter, but
even if you was no matter, fam.
Exactly. Yeah, so, but when I clocked on, when I'm working in pay and policy, you start to understand how the system works. Yeah. Like, if people don't go to prison, people don't get paid. It's like a business.
Yes.
I'm thinking, hold on a minute, this is mad. And how we preventing this? And all this started to play in my head, innit? Yeah. And then it's just by God's grace, he just said, this opportunity came. I went an opportunity. Then I was like, I'm going to start from the chicken and the egg. So I said, let me go with the egg, like, see if I can deal with the young people. Yeah. To tell them not to go in that way. Smart. Like, try and break the system. But then I realised when I went into the education system, it's exactly the same thing. Yeah, it's still a business again. Yes. They need kids to go in there, so it's like a prison again.
There's no one there to really control the kids.
Right, it's mad. It was mad. So that's the reason I really got into it, because I wanted to try and change something, be part of the change in the best way, and have a more purpose-driven life at the time.
Yeah, no, because that's how I met you. Like, I was on that. Obviously, my probation put me on that. They said they referred me. Said, I think you should do some team building and. They referred me onto this program, and then next minute I'm in Brixton College, all these like Jukes, you get me, like Alfie. I remember everyone, Jordan.
Whoa!
Yeah, big them up. Do you know who I just seen now? Who was on the phone? Do you know who that was? That I just remember now. Do you remember what's his name? What's his name again? I forgot his real name. He was on our course as well. He said Marcus. His name Marcus. They called him Biggs. He's from Brixton as well. He was on the he was just selling incense in Brixton. He's a Muslim brother. He was on our course as well. Him, Jordan. Alfie,
I remember Alfie.
But yeah, so anyway, that's why I met you, and to be honest, when I first saw you, I was thinking, right, this road that's what I thought. Right, my man thinks he's greasy, you get me? But you see, the more and more I got to know you, I realised you was a people's person, and we needed more people like you in that college, in that establishment, you see what I'm saying? So like, I looked at you as like a role model, like, even though I could see you come from where we come from, you was always professional, you see what I'm saying? And when we done like silly things, you see man, sometimes man's in there, like running in the build, whatever. You a school man say, yo bro, like, you're on point, there's police work here, like. Because obviously on that course, there's one officer that I think it takes time to do training. Yeah. He's not on duty, is it? They're not on duty.
This is the mad, they are on duty, but unclothed.
Okay.
So they just get, they still have an obligation. Yeah. If someone goes, they can still arrest man or act upon it.
But you sure it's not that just to gather intel?
Oh,
that's what,
why do you say that now? Now why do you say that? No, allow that. You can't say that because I have to go back in time. I can't do that now. What? Because I have a bare intel.
Do you know what?
I wish it was. No, it's meant to be.
No, but saying that because one morning I've gone in. Obviously, Alfie always used to have the projector. Remember the projector?
Yeah.
He was always playing music. So I was like, right, this place is cool. Like, it's a nice college. And then he's playing like certain artists. And then the pool guy, he was blessed though. I can't lie. Exactly. He was an officer, but he was proper cool. Like he was a people's person. And he started like this gang in Brixton. That like when you're saying it now, was it intern thing? I don't know. But he was asking. I'm not going to say the names on that on camera. I forget all
but
that.
Either way, there was multiple intentions of him being there. So if they could use him in any way they possibly could, of course they would.
That's true. If any of
I hope not.
any of us from there, I was gonna say any of the youths like I went on it. If any of us was doing something silly or gang affiliated at that time, maybe they would
smell it.
Yeah.
I hope it wasn't like that because he was genuine. He was actually as mad as it seemed. He was actually genuine. He wanted to actually help the young people.
Yeah. You can't take away from someone wanting to help, but.
Why are you mashing down the thing for?
Police will always be police.
And
that's right.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not like he's gonna just turn a blind eye or close his ears
don't
off.
say that, man.
It's
You
true,
know what I mean? Not
the
report
only time
back.
he turned a blind eye is when we went on the residential and we was blazing and that and didn't say nothing. I thought, alright, he's cool.
He's calm, innit?
Yeah, he's alright. He's alright.
See,
But yeah.
No, love for that.
And let's get onto Shan a bit as well. So tell us a bit about yourself as well, like your background, where you grew up.
She's from the ends, fam. She's ends. You got ends, you know.
Don't I? Where you from?
No. Okay. Well, no. I was born in Surrey.
Okay.
I was born in
What's that,
Surrey.
like Croydon?
No, Carl Shorten.
Jeez. Yeah. Carl Shorten beaches. There's a stop with Carl Shorten.
Only because my mum, obviously, she lived with her parents, my grandparents, and that was in Wimbledon.
Yeah.
So the early stages was Wimbledon, then Mitcham, where I lived with my mum. By the time I turned about 10, my mum had a new partner, my stepdad, and we moved to Brixton. Well, just the back of Tulse Hill, to the bottom of what's the road? Just bottom of Brockwell Park, anyway, the other end.
Where is that? Water Lane? No.
Arlingford Road.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Brixton Frontline. That's Frontline back in the days. Yeah.
Frontline.
In the 70s.
So literally from the age of 10 all the way up to early. How old have I been? Probably about 20, maybe late teens-ish. I lived there. Although I was still going to school in Mitcham sides. That's why everyone's like, oh, you talk with an accent or you talk different. Like, you don't talk. And I'm like, well, I don't know how I talk, but just because I lived in Brixton, but because I went to school in a different kind of area, I guess my slang.
It's still Mitcham though. Mitcham's dirty place, man. It's
It
dusty
is.
place,
A
man.
little bit.
And it's racist as well. Bet NF.
Yeah, Richard was
we had all of
racist
that.
them times there, you know, Pollard too and that.
People driving past in vans doing the monkey.
Is it?
Yeah, we'd be standing, you know, to cross the road and they'd be doing,
See, it's real. I told you, it's
No
real.
lie. You don't want to rap.
Oh, there she is. Let me get it.
Hey,
Say
say
the
hi.
limelight from young.
Munchie.
Hello.
Say hi. But yeah, no, so I grew up, mix of everything, so Mitcham and Brixton, what have you. And then, about me, done the usual, college, worked at Topshop.
I remember one of the episodes you was talking about.
Done a few different jobs here and there, banking,
Yeah,
done
so you
that
worked
for
in
a
the
while, for about 8 odd years.
What made you like stop banking?
Many reasons. One, I got caught up in a situation.
You say 419.
No, it weren't that situation. Although there
I
was.
wish that was the case, you know, but she just is squeaky clean, fam. Now she got nothing
That's
on it.
good though, no.
It was a bit silly, really. But yeah, I got caught up in the situation. So I literally bounced before I got in trouble. Yeah. But yeah, so I was doing banking. I loved it in a sense of it was, you know what I mean, decent pay, it was stable, what have you. And I felt like I was good at my job as well. But I did feel very stagnant. I felt like, although there seemed to be progress, there wasn't. And I didn't really feel fulfilled. I thought it was just doing what it needed to do. I could live a relatively good lifestyle, you know, get my 2 holidays a year and pay my bills, etc., etc. But after all, I feel like God just took me out of that situation because I probably wouldn't have chosen to leave the situation. That makes sense. Like I needed to find myself in a situation to take myself out of it, because I probably would have just carried on unless I was headhunted somewhere down the line. But yeah, long story short, and then got into the styling and fashion, and yeah, and obviously when I look back on my journey and like the seeds that were planted and the things that I did enjoy, you know what I mean, I used to love shopping, love going out and dressing up with my mates and doing all of that, and you know, working at Topshop, retail. It just kind of all came to play when I decided to go into business and do, you know, what I'm doing now.
Yeah, what you enjoy doing basically.
Got a brother and sister for my mum. I've got plenty of brothers and sisters for my dad. So yeah.
19 plus, innit?
Yeah, I think
What?
my dad's about 21. Yeah, give or take.
Wait there, so your dad's got how much children?
19 plus.
Whoa, that man there, you know. He's a G.
You can still go now. I swear you can still go again.
Yeah.
Hey,
With
pops
the
is like,
right womb.
boy.
Yeah, it will come to the. Yeah, mum. Like
Pops
when
is
he came
serious.
to our little come to our shower, baby shower, and it was a baby shower. What was the last thing we had there?
Yeah.
Came to the baby shower. I said, you like that one there, you know? Then nice.
Yeah, a few of my friends,
Yeah.
my dad's just.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
And he proper still thinks like he's just got it.
Yeah.
With his crocodile skin shoes and
He said
and
old school.
boot cups.
Where's the yard man? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, yard. It has to be a yard man. Has to be a yard man.
Yeah. So you know, I do come. Although I didn't have a big family at my main home, I have an extended big family. You know, so I've always liked the idea of big families. So when I used to go around, like, because 9 of my siblings are all in for one woman. So they're all in one, or they were all in one house.
Yeah.
So when I'd go there, I used to love it. It was like kind of like play centre.
There must be, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
there's always something
Your
going
siblings in one
on.
household.
There's drama, there was fights, there was jokes. It was just, yeah, something going on. Everyone's putting on their shoes to go run outside and go, you know what I mean, take on whatever they need to take on for whoever. Like, what, you trying to comfort? Yeah, man.
Well, you're about that life, yeah?
With my brothers, yes.
No, that's you.
I'm about that life
She's a
because
brothers,
of my
yes.
brothers.
Oh, okay.
My brothers, yes, they were on smoke.
Like,
You get me?
I had to represent. Same way they would come down my school and...
You know,
You know what I
make sure
mean?
you're good, yeah, for protect and stuff still.
And it was something that I actually, because I'm the eldest from my mum, so there I wasn't the eldest. So
Okay.
it was nice having that,
Balance.
yeah. That older...
Because when you're the eldest, it's like they all rely on you, they all
On you,
call on
yeah,
you
yeah,
for
yeah.
everything. Like the anchor.
Love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
So-
a little spin on me.
No, that's good. And so Max, where did you grow up? What area did you grow up in?
Oh, mad. Academ. Didn't work out there. Croydon. Didn't work out there.
Yeah.
Then I ended up in Sutton.
Okay.
So I grew up in my main schooling in secondary school was Sutton. So I had to learn
What school was that down there?
Greenshaw High School. Whole time my Greenshaw High School, massive
Never heard
then.
of it.
I know.
I know. Allow it.
That's
though.
not far from Carl Short or something.
Yeah, it's round the corner.
Yeah.
We used to go and rumble with the man them at Carl Short. Like,
Oh,
so
no, he
cool.
said you were Sutton man,
yeah,
matched them up.
Yeah, we're about that life.
But you know, like they say like a small world and like 6 degrees of separation, because our paths have very much been close. If you know what I mean, like from growing up, from where you went to school, like not.
Yeah, but you started in Surrey. I didn't.
I was born.
I started in the ends, innit?
And he had to
You
pass
come
it
into
back.
the ends. You're immigrant if you think about it.
What?
Think about it.
An illegal alien.
Yeah, if you think about it, not alien. Let's say alien. I said immigrant. Like there's a difference. But I started in the ends, innit?
Okay.
Starting in the
nothing
trenches.
late, but if we did
And
a
it didn't
map,
work out. Like
If we
fighting
did
the
a
black
map-
boys, and I was fighting the Asian boys and Croydon, and I ended up going to fight the white boys, but then the white boys kind of they dealt with them out.
you bucked your head with a
Yeah,
Lucozade
they
bottle.
got me and got me hard.
Is she going to school in Sutton? Like, how was it down there? Like, was it?
It was the first year. The first couple of years was a bit mad because only black boy in the school for
I was
long.
going to ask you, yeah.
It was long, and then the Africans started to come in, and then you get me.
Represent though.
Yeah, the Somalis and that,
Ah.
the long arms and that.
Yeah. Pumping man up.
So yeah,
Yeah.
quickly.
Bare arms to the head.
They're my allies. Quickly, I come into the company.
Yeah. Man, for the link up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
But
smart thing.
it was. But what I had to do, it was not the worst thing about it. Yeah. No, it wasn't the worst. I had to learn to integrate very quickly. So I had to learn to like understand that culture, what they're into, and then like take that. Them times the girls were into Take That, New Kids on the Block, boom, 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 and then the man them went into. Then you had the drum and bass crew over there. Then you had the rock and roll crew. That's the boys that wear the white shirts, and underneath they had the black t-shirts with the skulls on it.
Yeah.
So when they finish school, they'll take off their shirts, tie their shirt around their head, like they're the rock and roll crew. Hot out DJ West, he was that my brethren West, white boy brethren from to date now, and they were like that, long hair, greasy, rock and roll. So Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, Metallica, them guys. So I learned music there. Then the happy hardcore heads. Then that's why I got into that happy hardcore. Then jungle. I'm the original. I saw the transition from happy hardcore to jungle, drum and bass.
Transition.
Yeah. The dream of heaven, like a minute in that. Let's have fun. Oh no. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't even know that.
So we had to, So we had the turntables. After school, we go do the turntables and we learn to mix. So I learned to mix from an early age with turntables.
Okay, so that's where your music.
Yeah. So that was so it was hard. But I learned to integrate. So they'll come to my yard and yam bun and cheese and whatever.
Yeah.
I'll go to I'll have fish and chips and boom, boom, boom. And I just learned to integrate. So coming back down to the ends, I had a different mindset. I just knew how to just work with people, and I didn't really see colour at that particular time as well. So it was calm. It was a good time.
No, that's like a way, like something that's woke me up, because I never thought that, because growing up in London, going to school in London, it was just like always different crews, innit? You know what I mean? Like crews from here, Or when you say like the rock guys and things.
Proper.
That's
the girls that take that.
Different world.
Like take that,
Because girls here listening to Bashman, innit? They all listen to Bashman. Buju, Body Killer, you get me?
I have to go home to get that.
Or they'll listen to some a bit of Soul Solid, a bit of Lisa Mafia, Miss Dynamite. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's your times. My time, not like that.
So it was different.
It was peak.
And so, do you feel that you see like what do you feel is better, like growing up in London, like for the kids, or do you reckon growing up out of London?
You want to say something?
Both of it. Yeah.
I do worry for young boys, especially growing up in London, and I do understand the benefits of growing up outside of London, what have you, but I know plenty that would come into London anyway to do foolishness.
That's true.
Despite where they lived. And I feel like London gives you a mixed experience and a sense of the cultural diversity, being more streetwise. But then,
especially as a black youth, innit?
Yeah, and I guess when you think of outer London, you think less high rise, although a lot of the high rises are coming down in London now. You think, more space, more fresh air. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know, because I'm in that country now, like thinking about where to live. Like, could we live outside of London? Not too far out of London.
I think back in the days it made complete sense.
Yeah.
But everywhere, like you go Sutton now, it's the same foolishness going on everywhere now. Like the Screenshot High School, I went back, because what I tried to do is, when I was getting back into youth work and I wanted to do my own business, I wanted to go back. I always tell people, when they get into work with young people, go back to your old school and tell them how great you are now. So I'm going to do assembly there. Yeah. So I went back to my old school, done assemblies there. They've got a exclusion unit in the school. So like, you'd be bad.
Yeah, like
you know, like in Lambeth, you always have that. Like you have the green room or whatever they say, man, and free man. You get me? They had it in Sutton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's everywhere, innit? The youths them that you walk around Sutton have the same kind of behaviour. You walk around Kent the other day, same kind of this behaviour. Yeah. So again, when I look at it, with the question you're answering, it's all.
But is it more safer outside of London?
Safer? Yeah. I don't know.
That's what.
I don't know.
I think it is.
I'd say it is. I would say
like,
it is.
Them bits like Sutton and I don't know. I haven't checked the statistics, but I feel that it would be more safer than Lambeth or Hackney.
It's mad. That's why I don't know.
But you do have a point though, because even like the social media, you see a lot of the youths out of London, and they're even seeing youths in London, they're getting inspired by the culture. But I would see on social media like youths running around with big knives and in country, it's a bit so. It is a bit. It's weird.
I feel like as well, it depends on the child or the children that you're raising. Because bear in mind, you know what I mean, you have a relative that moved out of London, but then their young son still kept coming back.
Is it?
It's like, no, I'm not having it. I'm coming back to the ends.
Yeah, so he kept doing the back and forth, doing whatever he was doing. So it does also determine on the child, because the child just wants to do what they're doing. Like taking them out of the environment ain't necessarily going to change the environment in their head.
That's what I tried. That's why when people, my mum and dad were cussing, like, why are you going back down to the ends, like move out, and I'm like, but what it is, I've always seen London as the land of opportunity. No matter what, you always can make money. It's always awake. Brixton's always awake, and I love that. It's vibrant. Boom. Man, them are moving out, like, you go to certain man ends, the shop's closing at 10 o'clock. You're right, man. Who does that?
You have to catch the shop.
Like you're in Norwich or something like that.
They're all locking off lights and that. Like, no, but we have world lights. Lights are on all the 24/7, 9, 5, 65. So the other thing is, like, the vibe is, I believe that it's in your heads first. Like, so when I took to my boy, I believe it's just the opportunity to create for the young people. There's so much. London, like Brixton, you can go walk around Brixton, you can go to the certain points, but there's certain points you look at, you're thinking, that ain't Brixton, like how Peckham is.
Yeah.
We done Peckham's finest. We didn't clock that there's so much bro, if you go to certain places in Peckham, it is Peckham.
Yeah, no, it's
but
changed
that's what
now.
they're doing to a lot, even like Hackney,
Yeah.
those kind of areas, the gentrification.
Hackney's gentrified as well now. Yeah, you're right.
So at the moment,
pricing
it's
people out.
Exactly.
And when people, let's say on like council properties or whatever, they're trying to move them out or push them to private landlords, and then they don't have a secure tenancy, then they get in situations and then they have to push them out further to like Birmingham and Bristol and places they ain't even heard of and whatnot. They're trying to change the whole look and feel of London, and they're doing it borough by borough by borough.
Yeah, that's really
conspiracy.
gentle. What's that?
It's not conspiracy.
That's
You
conspiracy.
see, you can clearly
I
see what they're doing.
I don't believe that.
You have to be a blind man not to see.
No, I think the environment's in your head, bro. I think
you're a product of your environment.
You can be a product of your environment, but I think that like yourself, you could have gone down any route or whatever. You look at you're doing your thing. So people can see, say, you could. No,
it's true though.
It's what you do, what's installed in you. Yeah. And that's why parenting is important.
Do you know what? Yeah, because that's another thing that I was gonna get onto as well. Because even when I was growing up, like a lot of my friends, they grow up single mum. Obviously, I had my dad there. My mum was a single mum, like living as a single mum. But I have always had my dad that was supporting me and whatever I needed, and also guidance and advice. And he told me, you get a trade. Make sure you get a trade. Like he always told me from young, get a trade. And I used to think, I want to be a painter like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants to rub down all like come back all dirty and that. But you see, as I got older, then there was times where I needed money, and he would bring me on the job, and he would show me, look, that's how the money, like showing me physically, look, that's your money there. This is your pocket money, or you want to go and buy something like this, I'm working. And then I got into that habit of working, went to college, and that kept me out of certain madnesses that certain people was doing on the estate. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, I was working from like 16 on and off painting, whatever, and then as I grew older, I started getting my own jobs, and so parenting is very important.
Without a doubt. You can understand why, let's just say a young boy that doesn't have that father figure, that role model to kind of guide him, to kind of pull him up, to kind of give those same talks that your dad was giving you, can literally go wayward because they're literally open to whoever chooses to speak to them. That's or you know what I mean, draw them out.
Yeah, because we had the olders on our estate, like even when we first started podcasting, that was our main topic. Like when I was doing the podcast with my boy and that, it was the main topic of that. Let's talk about our story growing up in Tulse Hill and how we got manipulated like by the older generation, and they didn't know better. And then because certain kids didn't have their role models as fathers, that guy that had the Mercs or the Lexus that had the chains, you get me, that had all the whole spots and OT, that was the my man, like there's loads of so-called, like they would say, legends in our estate that people look up to as like there was like their fathers at the time, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
Because there's a gap there, and as much as there are amazing mothers out there, you know, doing their best on their own. There's only so much that they can do, especially with young boys. Like girls, I mean, girls have their issues too, but especially with our young men.
That's right, yeah. They need their fathers there,
No, they do. And if a father isn't in the picture for whatever reason, then an uncle or a granddad or an elder cousin or something that does like mean well for them. And that's why I feel like back in the day when we had a lot of community like feel, so everyone was raising everyone's kids.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, so that one that didn't have a dad, so and so's dad was basically just speaking life into the kids and put, what, you know what I mean? Catching them in whatever, like, no, you know. And I feel like that's kind of been washed.
That has been diluted, you're right. And that's what's made the younger generation walk around with like no respect. Like they will see an old lady struggling across the road and they wouldn't think to help her, or you know, like a man's mum. And like when we, same thing when we was growing up, we wouldn't smoke in front of people. Like see someone's mum walking past, you hide. You get me? Or if they see you doing graffiti and that, like I remember one yard man one time. He lived in our block, so he was like my mum's friend's partner, like, and he was always cool. Bless. Next when he see me riding in the block, man, start kicking me up, slapping me up. So, yo, what? Bring me to mum, I thinking my mum's gonna back me, like, what? Start slapping me up. Next when I got a bucket, sponge, and I'm wiping the graffiti off my block, bro.
Yeah,
like that's community there.
It
wow.
Is,
that taught me, right, you man, don't gaff in this block. Go anywhere else out of there, but not in this block.
Yeah, like why are you gonna mess up where you live? And I think that level of shame is. Like the young people don't really have it these days. Like whatever goes, isn't it? Goes. Whereas well, obviously I'm older than you, but like feeling embarrassed or whatever to get caught doing something or hiding because you know you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. Whereas now people are blatantly doing wrong, but just like it's like become normalised.
Yeah, you're right. The negative side of things has become like
cool,
popular.
Yeah.
No, I've always tried to one thing with the boys, growing up the boys, I think I purposely made sure I built a community around them. Like I made sure wherever I was and whatever I was doing, they were fully involved in everything I was doing. So I would take them to the college to see what I was doing, actively getting them involved in everything. So to the point where now they get on the bus and like, oh, my dad knows him. Oh, my dad knows him. Yeah. I make sure that everybody knows who. Yeah. They don't even know that they're like, how did they know me? Because through social, just because of all the stuff I've done, the doors have opened. Yeah. So I always make sure I've always promoted my family like to say, look, so people are gonna watch you. People are gonna be watching you here. You can't go do nothing.
I had someone earlier on today parked up their car, walked over and said, "There's Terence's baby." I was like, "Acha." I was like, okay, I'm literally sitting now, just finished eating lunch or whatever, like outdoor pub setting.
They said the government then as well.
Oh yeah.
They said the government.
Yeah.
That's someone that proper knows you.
So I'm like,
someone that proper knows you.
I was like, okay. I said, wait, who did you like recognise first? She said, oh no, you. I recognise you, and then I saw, but like obviously because I see everything that you do and la di da di da, and I was like, wow. I was like, so who should I say you are? You know, Samantha.
Who's Samantha? Stop begging. Whoever it is out there, stop begging. Was she big?
Yeah.
No, my cousin. That's my cousin.
I don't stop.
I know that. I didn't say big.
Hey yo.
I said she. No,
why you getting on to your cousin?
I don't think she heard me.
Hey, you said stop begging it.
Cousin.
They said that she big. Yeah, that's my cousin. I feel sorry.
I love you, cousin.
Samantha, I feel sorry for Max when you see
big.
him.
Not 3 times, not triple big.
I didn't think you heard me the first time I said it before. You're right.
No, but lovely. Like, she was lovely.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. But so that whole getting recognised and, you know what I mean, what? Yeah, of course. Definitely. And the kids all have a certain look as well. So many will be like, no, you have to be so-and-so's.
No, it's not even look. They know. That's Cade, that's Kai, that's who. They know. Like, so when they walk road and anything, they see anything, like, bare times the people, bro, I saw your son walking down, but, it's cool. And then he would thought, I would speak to him, I said, you know, I saw you. How did they, Dad, allow it? It's been like that from early. Yeah, it's been from early. And then I get involved in the school, I'm always involved in the school, I go for pedagogik, I'll do everything within the school. I start working in the school, don't play with me, I start doing projects in there, Waggle, just to just be part of the
Just to
whole.
be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like that sports day.
Yeah.
I'm like to the teachers, yeah, what parents racing as well, yeah, let the kids see us, yeah. No, we don't want it. No, I start getting the parents, yo, come we're racing. Even though I'm
Trying to
not.
ban the team.
Yeah, and then my sons are upset because I didn't come first. But it don't matter. It don't matter. Jalen, it don't matter. I participated, I didn't come last.
I ain't losing.
I didn't lose.
I'm getting in the head.
But imagine, there was one parent, yeah, he's like, no, I can't race, you know, man. I had an accident when I was young, like I got stabbed and my lungs are bad. He won the race. He was off. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you put your hand in it, you know?
Yeah, I was like, I'm looking around, I'm like, yeah, I'll be here. And a couple of the mums were involved as well. I was like, alright, yeah. But listen,
when the mums take their shoes
the
off.
mums were gone. See you later. Shh. They were looking at me after that. I thought you were faster than that. I swear, no. I felt bad. I said, but my son was like, no, Dad, you embarrassed me. You lost. I didn't lose. I didn't come last, but I didn't
Nah,
win.
you pop upset. I can imagine now,
Yeah.
man.
But I'm involved as well. I'm like that. I like to be involved and build that community around my son and know all these my friends' parents and things like that. You know.
No, definitely it is important. It is, and I hope and pray that more young men that are having children will be inspired to play active roles in their children's lives. Whether they're in a relationship with the mother, you know, or not. And I understand that, you know, many different situations, you know, transpire in time. But whatever you could, like, just do your best to just stay involved and included. And because remember I said the other day I just finished work and I overheard a conversation between, and literally it kind of had me in tears, like not like tears dripping, but like just it got me really emotional. I basically, someone caught my eye. It was like a woman and she had 2 kids. Like one was about 8, 9, and one looked about 4, but in a pushchair. Like I was like, child looks too big for a pushchair. I mean, like when the legs are just basically touching the floor. Like, what are you
scraping
doing?
underneath them.
And it was late as well.
Yeah,
it was like around, I don't know, I stayed work late, so it was probably around 8 o'clock, so it was already dark, and the mum's got like a beer in her hand, and she looks already sloshed, and so some guy was talking to her or something, he must have known her, and he said something about that, he must have asked after someone, and she was like, I don't know him, my kids don't have a dad. And the little girl goes, yeah, that's right, mummy, I don't have a dad. And the woman was like, yeah, you don't have a dad, you were made by a woman. And like, I was just like, whoa, bizarre. And then I'm seeing this little girl now pushing the pushchair while the mum's just walking with her thing, and like the little girl then stopped and said, so how was I made then, mummy? Like,
she said this after as well.
Yeah, she said, so how was I made then, mummy? So, you're just made by me,
She's brainwashing you.
And it like literally it hurt my heart, because like this little girl was just so young and innocent, and then you've got the one in the pushchair that is just listening to everything and naturally is gonna take on whatever is being told to her or anything that,
That is sad still, I can't lie.
And it's
the mum done the wrong thing as well, man, by saying that to her. Like, made by me, that's powerful.
Like literally, like made by me, you don't have a dad.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, and proper with like angst in her voice, like
Oh yeah. So what got you into fashion as well? Because you said you like.
What got me into fashion? Well, Topshop was just a job. It weren't because I was into fashion at that stage. I just thought it'd be a job that I would enjoy. I love clothes. I love shopping. Hey, Oxford Circus. Best place, right? You know what I mean? I was young, I was like, 18, 19. Like, make money and buy clothes, you know, happy days. But then as years fast forward went on, and I was thinking about starting a business, my close nearest and dearest were just like, you love clothes, you love fashion, you love dressing people, why don't you go down that road? And literally it was like a light bulb went off in my head, like, rah. That actually does make sense, you know, but like, where do I start? But I did, I just made a start in essence. I just spoke to people, I done research, I went to the library, literally every day I wasn't working, so I was literally just investing in what I believed I wanted to do.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That is powerful.
And as much as
But why you being like that? You're just like a joker, you're gonna get fed on, just like the camera, innit? You look like, Little joker. She can smell.
You had a good sleep. We've been a bit, but yeah. So seeds were just being planted, and I was acting upon those seeds.
Yeah.
You know, I could actually visualize me actually doing, you know, some form of business around fashion. No experience in the sense of I didn't study it in college or uni or anything like that. It was just more of a passion and something that I found I was good at.
Yeah.
And as much as, you know, the steps that I was taking at the time seemed not insignificant, but just like, is this gonna bring me the result that I'm trying to get? But it actually did, you know, and that's why I say to everyone,
Man can retire soon.
Jeez.
Man can be a house. What's a
house husband.
House husband. And
Yeah, come on.
You know what I mean? There, big man. Wake up when I'm wondering that. You know what I mean?
Living life, yeah.
See you later, babe. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Voila.
And that would make you feel good.
Nah, it wouldn't.
I'm about to say, you say that all the time, but I know that ain't gonna.
No, you know what it is. You know, like I always looked at it like, fashion. What is this thing, fam? Like, I said to her, don't. When we got together, I was like, nah, you need to get your thing back. Don't dim your light. Like, you need to be doing your thing in it, like straight, like. But you need to up the ante a little bit. So when I got involved in it, like, I was thinking, what is this thing, like? And I said, I could do this with my hands closed, like, it's nothing, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, it's not that simple, innit? Like, just someone walking in a shop and being able to just win them over with charm or whatever. They have a way of she has a very good way of doing it. And many people are like, how does she do it? Like, you get me? Because it's Peckham, like, you look at Peckham, I ain't gonna lie, sorry people, but I can't stand Peckham, innit? Like, Peckham's just, it looks dusty, innit?
It's the trenches,
It's
fam.
dusty.
Yeah.
It's dusty.
fam.
It's like, what is it? But when you go there, when you go in her shop, it's a different environment.
So you got your shop here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's right on the front line. So it's literally just there, standing out, doing its thing. And when I watch her do her thing, and when people come in just for her to be served, or you know, or the other people that we've got other good staff members there, Karen and Kaz, like the way they do things is beyond. I thought I could go in there and shut it down easy, light work. I tried to do it one day, it didn't work. It was atrocious, innit? Like, how much did you make? Like, the money's coming in it.
It's on the way.
It's on the way.
It's on the way. Yeah.
But they have a way of just but I don't know how they do it. Like, but it's an art. It's a craft that I don't want to get involved in. But I'm completely like, I actually say to her, I have utmost respect for her doing it. Like, it's light work.
It's more than just selling clothes, you know, or garments. It is more than that. It always has been, and this is going back. Like, I've been doing my business 10 years now.
Wow.
Only 2 and a bit years in Peckham, but before that I was in Forest Hill.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was so clear from day one that it was going to be more than just me, you know, selling something off the rack or the shelf.
That's right.
It was actually me talking to women,
Networking
especially,
with the clients,
and engaging with them, and just making them feel good by actually giving them time, like being actually interested. You know, many people say, "Oh, you're all right," but they, you know what I mean, they're not really waiting for an answer. You know what I mean? They're just saying it for general speech. You know what I mean? Like a general greeting.
And most shops you go in nowadays, they don't even want, no one wants to help you.
Oh yeah, no.
No matter
like,
where you go.
I went in, I don't even want to name the shop. Like,
Nearman Shiem.
I don't know.
So you say Nearman Shiem.
Nearman Shiem.
H&M. And they've got them
H&M.
supermarket tills now where you just scan it yourself and what have you, and they just
Took
have
away the
one
staff.
so it takes away that personable experience. And I understand, like, they're trying to cut down with staff. But
No, they don't need to. They're just money grabbers.
Well, whatever it is, it just doesn't feel the same.
Straight.
They are, they're hungry for money.
Just hungry for money. Man.
But, like you said, and this is what it is. And because, like you said, it's your business, so back to like, when you're in your shop, people are dealing with this, you know, like the owner. Yeah. So you feel more closer. Like if you go to Virgil, RIP, and he gives you his brand, the Off-White, personally, you feel special. That's why all the artists are like, yeah, Virgil.
100%. I'm Patrick Kevin.
Old type Patrick Kevin, RIP as well. Yeah,
man, that was amazing.
Did you used to work in we got a shop near Front
AKA.
Ferndo, isn't it?
Yeah, Akelane.
Yeah.
By the Tesco.
Yeah. So yeah, and yeah, that's powerful though. I can't lie, like people need to like people that are creatives and that have ideas, like they need to hear this, innit? Because you see, when you've got a business or you're trying to do something, it's very hard, especially when you're trying to balance work life, trying to balance family life. And 9 times out of 10, the average person just like, you know what? Yeah. I'm just gonna go and do my 9 to 5. It's the easier thing. Yeah. I can pay my bills, but then you're not happy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And happiness is the key to everything in life, really, isn't it? That's what keeps a happy family as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. It's not about chasing money. Yeah. Like, chasing money is
only
going
to
take you so far, and that is it. What was my 3 things? Was it patience, peace, and purpose?
Jeez, the 3 P's.
Yeah. I don't think I'd said purpose last time, but there has to be purpose in what you're doing. Like, what's your why? Like, why do you want to do that? What can you add? Yeah. Like, what are you trying to add to someone else's life? Because it has to be about other people, not about yourself. Yeah. In a sense of the attitude of servitude. What are you going to give that is missing? And I feel like, anyone can sell clothes, but then what are they getting with that? How are they feeling when they wear those clothes? How are you making them feel? And that's why everyone returns, because one, they know they're going to get an honest opinion. They're going to get clothes that look good, and that, we will honestly, I don't want no one buying nothing that don't, because not everything is for everyone. Many people, they say, oh yeah, I want what you were wearing the other day or whatever, but not every body shape is for every item. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom dollar. It's certain things that I want to wear, but it just won't work for me. But yeah, and it is just like, my whole thing is making women just feel beautiful. Because what I found, especially when I first opened, that women have a lot of complexes, body complexes. They don't want things that show their knees. They don't want things that show their, I don't know, bingo arms or their
bingo arms?
The extra.
What's a bingo?
That extra weight.
Is it called bingo? Or?
Yeah.
I can Google it and say bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo wings. What is it meant to be?
Bingo wings.
Oh, it's like flaps.
Yeah,
Okay. So no disrespect to the bingo.
Yeah, no disrespect. I'm not trying to.
But no, things that I didn't actually really understand. I properly started to understand more, because they would just come and talk to me and say, "Nah, I'd rather something that didn't show, I don't know, varicose veins," and I would be like, half the things that you are worried about, no one else is noticing. You're worried that someone is going to look at your legs and be like, or someone's going to see your, I don't know, like they might have a birthmark somewhere. Whatever it was. And I was like, wear what you want to wear. You're worried about what it's going to look or what people are going to think. And no, I said, you have to come to a point in your life where that is not your concern. So basically you're dressing for other people. You're choosing not to buy something you like because you're worried about other people. Yeah.
That's what a lot of people do as well in this day and age.
That's hard work, that is.
Yeah, that is hard work, isn't it? But it sounds like you've done a great job with your business.
Thank you.
Just keep
it's only getting started. There's so much more to come. Yes, 10 years is it's a significant milestone. But where the vision is taking me, I'm just like,
yeah, just keep striving. Yeah. And what got you into DJing, Max?
Women.
Because I hear something. Jeez! Hey, yes, coming down. That's
I
what I
know
like
for DJs.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Say women, we say from the galley, yeah.
No, when people say, "Are you a DJ?" I'm not a DJ, innit? I'm a comedian, host, and presenter. But
I remember you used to do that. I was just going to ask my God.
Yeah, so I do the comic. It's more the comedian host presenting I like than the hosting. But the DJing is the sideline kind of thing. It's accident. I was just hosting. My DJ, who I was with at the time, we were doing a wedding at the time. He said, I need to eat. I said, when I go to a booking, I don't eat. Shan don't like that, because she said you're gonna starve yourself. But I don't eat people. I don't like eating from anybody. That's my thing. And I feel unprofessionals can go to an event and eat. It's weird. So I eat before or don't eat. It's not a good look sometimes, but whatever. So my guy's eating. The food didn't look appetizing to me, but he's eating. Belly start around, but then he's DJing. I feel a bit thingy, boom. This time I couldn't DJ or nothing. I'm just a host, keeping the party live. My man's gone toilet. backing a bit in it. So the tune's running in it. You know when you see the tunes coming to the last piece and that, you get me? You're like, you're thinking, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You get me? I know music, I know what gets people going, but whatever. So, my man, the tune just ended. I'm like, raw. My man's still on the toilet, dropping the big thing.
You say because of food
the food mashup. At the time I didn't know that. I was thinking, what is it? I can't leave and just go. It's just weird. So I just, I just stepped on the decks, and that from that day I never looked back.
See. And
then because I could do.
So you knew what to do.
No, I didn't, but I learned.
Figured it out.
From that day, I just figured it out. I said, "Nah, blah, blah, blah." He's like, "What are you doing, bro? Go on." I was like, "Yeah, I got this." Yeah, rusty, but because I could DJ, I was done the turntables from Happy Hardcore, them kind of days.
So you
I
had
a little something, so I just
sense.
used it. But it was, and then I just developed it from then, and now it's become lightweight now.
Yeah.
Lightweight to entertain. I just like entertaining. The main thing is the entertainment, entertaining the crowd, keeping them engaged, and using the microphone as well as DJing. So that works for me.
Would you ever do radio?
I'll never again. It's too
Done it
organised.
before, yeah?
Yeah. It was too rigid. It's too structured.
What did you do?
Pyro done from Flat FM to Delight to Woe FM.
Oh, what was alright?
Like all them kind of.
That's Slimmers and then
thing, but then it's like Flex FM and that.
Yeah, I know about Flex
but
as well.
I don't mind the MCing, like, but to organise a show, different. I don't want to do that, but them days are good. Then you get caught up in the whole drama of like, you're doing the thing and you're like, rah. And then they say, we're going to go on T for a rig.
Oh yeah,
There comes someone else's rig.
Yeah, the satellite.
I said, where we going? They said, we got to come. If you're with us, you got to with us.
Yeah.
We got to climb up and get a next man's rig.
Yeah.
Then next man's coming. Woo. You're thinking, hold on, that ain't police. That's someone else coming for us to come do us.
What they called? You know, must know their name, man. The radio people.
Yeah. But they will come. But no, we're teething next man's rig. So we're going up on their station.
Yeah.
Teething off their rig to shut them down so we can keep.
So you got the other DJs onto you, man. Now.
Yeah. So we're never clocking. Yeah.
That's
and then that's when that's the first time I started to see firearms. So the first time I saw firearms was around them times there, Flex FM times and that kind of time flat. So I was like, ooh, let me just stay at that.
Yeah.
Anytime I started to get too deep into it, I come away from that. Yeah. So I came away from that early. But
so the thing is, so I've done radio, but not music, talk show, on Real Buzz FM, Real Buzz Radio, and that was quite kind of similar to what we do. It was me and my friend Chanel, so it was Shan, and we'd literally just do a different subject each week and just back and forth talk. So I can see you doing like a talk show, and because you can do the music too, so you can mix it in.
You need more real DJs out there, man.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's so rigid and structured. It's like and then you got the ads.
The more commercial you get with it as well, the worse it is.
Yeah,
you can't
man.
Play what you feel.
Whole type T-show, them man, they can't play what they want to play. Too tough. Everything has to be edited down, which is cool. I understand.
It's a playlist as well.
And they tell you what to play.
Yeah, they tell you what. There's a playlist.
Remember when we were ITV back and fight?
That was different.
No, it's the same kind of thing.
That's what he didn't like.
Because they're licensed.
Yeah.
Only certain tunes are licensed.
Like PRS,
yeah. So if you're a man,
that's
why I say to man, always license your tunes, man. Get your tunes out there, license
that's
them.
Right.
As much as it might cost a little piece, license your tunes.
Yeah, but guys like that, I can actually picture listening to you on the radio.
No, not done with radio now.
So you're done with it, yeah?
Yeah.
And what about doing the comedian? Because I remember the comedy, because I remember you used to do Max the Cab Driver. We used to do that still. Where's he gone, fam?
No, he's there.
He's there.
He's there.
In a bag somewhere.
What year did you start that?
Oh,
I want to say something important that you're not even on the clock, but what year did you start that?
Can't remember.
Can't
The lineup I told you.
It was before the times of like Michael Dapper and that, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So,
well before that.
So look, Michael Dapper, one of his characters is what's the guy, the cab driver, Dr.
Yeah, I don't want to
So, just pioneer and that. You see what I'm trying to say? Because these are the little things that sometimes we're ahead of our time. We're there. And you never know. Remember, them are the local guys, you know. They probably even see what.
No, Michael Dapper. I worked with Michael Dapper.
That's what I'm trying to say. Oh, stop it. Hey, yo. Who's this video could be?
I used to mentor Michael Dapper, and then I said, "What are you doing in this job?" I used to be the manager, and then he literally just left, and next minute I knew he's gone. You get me? I was like, "You can't be here, bro." Them man, you get me? And he went off and done his thing.
Yeah. So he got the idea from you?
I don't know.
No, he did, bro. He was the only one that I knew that had that character. captain,
I don't know.
making man spit bars in the car. Remember?
Yeah.
I couldn't even get on that them time. I wasn't big enough.
I love it, bro. Yeah. Anybody could.
Yeah, I wasn't big enough them time there. You get me? I couldn't.
No, anybody could have really, swear down. Yeah. Anybody could have. I was for me, I was just trying to, I was for the people, literally. I was like, it don't matter who it was, boom, I want it. Obviously, I would love to get hard hitters, and which I did, but at the time I was like, no, I want to start with the people that are there for me first. And I've always said that. Same way with the pod, I said to Shan, I want people that are for me in it. Like, I don't know hard hitters and whoever we can get. Yeah, we get that later down the line, whatever. Yeah. But I want people that are like the real, like, I want to keep it nice like that.
Authentic.
Do you know what I'm saying? So that's back to Cab Driver. I don't know when I started. I can't remember the date when I started it, but I always been known as Max. I'm not gonna lie, it was a thing I hid behind for a long time because I became so used to it that some people don't even recognise me without it on.
Yeah.
Some people are like, oh, is that you? He's like, yeah. Someone did just the other day. You look so different.
Yeah.
You're big. And
we used to have the chain
and thing.
Come on, brother. He used to have the wig.
Yeah.
Wait there. I swear, didn't you host a show like that one time?
Always.
I was there though.
Always hosted.
What show was it?
I don't know.
Was it in Old Kent Road?
I've done so many, bro.
I swear there was a show that you hosted and I performed. This was time just after we left the college. And I remember you on the show.
Huh?
I was like, bro, I think we even saw each other there and that. But you was in your bag them time there, like the presenting and just
No, bro, that was a thing I hid behind for years. Max the Cab Driver was an old ego that I was struggling with for years. So it was kind of a thing of I couldn't host without him. Like sometimes I've gone to a show, forgotten the bag, and I said I can't go on the stage. People are like, but I'm not going on stage. I won't do it. Sometimes I've got the glasses. If I missed a part of it, like, remember I lose my mind one time. It got so bad.
Because it's part of your character, isn't it?
But what it is, I can rely on it. So if I didn't have it,
it's like your what's it? Beyonce, the Sasha Fierce.
I was the ego, it's just old ego. But now I'm confident without it now, so I don't really need to. I'll just go by the name. If people call me Max, it's calm, innit?
Yeah.
But I don't really. I know I've done Leicester Carnival the other day, which I don't want it Max. There's some people do, some people say I still want Max. Yeah, please, like, I'm gonna still have Max. Yeah, but I don't wanna.
We have to bring him back still.
Yeah, I will one day, but not for now. I'm just kind of like, let me just work off the name and do whatever. I still call myself Max Cab Driver. It's calm in it. Still Max and Shan. It's calm.
Yeah, but you were called Max or Max.
Yeah, the name. Yeah, my artist name was Maxi. Yeah, when I was doing music.
Okay, makes sense. That's where you got it from.
Yeah, I'll have my EP coming out soon.
Yeah.
Triple Threat and that.
Yeah. Talk about that.
Yeah, boy, man just got his hand in many.
Yeah, you're like.
So wait, should I be the one retiring? Like.
I think you should be retiring.
Like, serious?
Yeah.
Well, if you hear the figures,
different levels.
Let me see your bank account.
I need to update I need to upgrade my game, fam. I need to put in more work. Like you said, I need to do that extra Friday and more cooking.
Do you know that, bro?
Yeah.
I swear down, fam. I swear. You put in the work, bro. You plant the seeds. You just blow. Your business is gonna blow, bro. No matter what, you're fully blessed. So you naturally, as a person, you're gonna blow. You get what I'm saying? Naturally, but.
Yeah, just don't get impatient. You
know,
sometimes
take your time.
You want to see things like.
Yeah, sometimes you don't get the results, and the demotivation it gives you is that. There's been times I'm not gonna lie, it's like I'm not cooking today, bro. I'm just doing it for no reason, or I'm gonna go out and hustle, but really, it's not the way forward. Like now, even if the day is rubbish, I'm like, don't matter. I'll give thanks that
good.
Couple people come true. Tomorrow's another day.
Good.
It builds discipline, man, and character.
It does.
You know, because if everything is just given to you, everything's always good, everything's always, then you just kind of take it for granted. It's just like, but then the days when it ain't quite how you envisioned or desired will literally reveal who you actually are and actually reveal how much you actually want to do what you're doing.
That's true.
100%.
So true.
And that we get put in that boat. I got put in the boat just there. But I'm telling you, I've done the booking the other day and I was tested to the most, like, one of the hardest bookings ever. Usually I'm light work. Hosting DJ is nothing for me. But I got tested. I come on, I was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, babe, wake up. You get me? Yo! They got tested. And this is where it really tested. Them kind of things there really grow you as a person, bro. Like, properly. The challenges you. Humbles you as well.
Yeah, it is, but it does humble you. You're right.
I'm proper humbled at the moment. But yeah, man's doing a little EP thing. And then I'm coming off it. And that's it. Every time from music. That's it.
That's it. So we're just gonna do one EP and
just
end it there.
Yeah.
Okay. And we say you've got some features lined up on that.
Yeah, my G, they don't know.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're selling some bangers over there. I can't lie. It's like, what?
Yeah, no, it is. All it is, bro. I can't. You can't run away from me. I can't run away from music. As much as I try to just say,
it's a passion, isn't it?
yeah, I can't. I bet all my lyrics. You know, I had a lyrics thing in one time years ago.
Can't do that.
I did, and that's what.
Why?
I just wanted to get. I made a sacrifice in it. I said, to make a sacrifice. I'm gonna make a sacrifice, and because. If you're gonna be in music, you gotta marry it. It's weird. You gotta marry it. Like you gotta be. It's gotta be.
You gotta live and breathe it.
Yeah, eat and breathe it.
Just like with football.
Yeah,
football.
right. So when I had family, I couldn't match the two. If you're in the studio, you're not going in there for a couple of hours most of the time.
You're going
in there
all night. All night.
Next morning, lights on, birds are singing like.
Yeah. And then you come home and it's just like you can't even coordinate properly with the day. And then you got the kids in your ear, the children in your ear. Yeah, we wanna go here. So I know what you mean, because that's. I was even running the studio a few years back, and it was the same thing. It was a bit mad. Like I was always in there, you know, running it as a studio, like getting sessions and. Doing my own music. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
It's a blessing to hit the stage. And
we networked with a few people, and people that kind of took us seriously. Like, oh, like these look like they've actually got a platform that they can help artists or whatever like that. But still, like, man didn't blow from it. Still trying to make bangers. You get me?
Nah, he's got the voice as well. He always had that voice as well. And it's like he's got that the gigs type of class husky.
Okay.
Get me? I was like, and he's got and he's hard. He's hard, I'm gonna lie, I'm not lying. You get your time, your flowers will come, bro.
Yeah, man, it will soon come. You get me? We just gotta keep, like you said, keep pushing, man.
Yeah, keep ploughing.
Nah, big up, like, real talk here, like, you even inspired me, because obviously, as you know, like, I was working on the podcast before with my friend Rare, and that didn't go too well. We're still doing these things. I pod on, like, other people's pods, but you gave me insight by saying, like, bro, why you got your own show? Like, you inspired me, you see what I'm saying? Because I thought, podcasting, like, I like talking, it is for man, but having my own podcast, it's back to what we just said, like, oh, the headache, the burden, got to get the footage, but at the same time,
man's got you, man, help you, fam.
Yeah, so I appreciate that you gave me the insight, and now I've like come up with a name. We're getting.
Tell them the name though, big man. Tell them the name.
Table time podcast.
See, that's the thing. You're gonna have to have a table now.
Yeah, no, they'll always
need a Ludo board table. I'm gonna have to make you a Ludo board.
Yeah, I need a Ludo board. Hey, trust me, certain man are gonna hold some shirts on there as well. You get me?
Yeah, a Ludo board table and
that would be good.
Yeah.
And it just streams down. Yeah. We're gonna work on that though, but obviously start small and you just build it up, and you just stay consistent. But you're naturally gonna bubble because you're naturally like we've been here, we're comfortable, we didn't feel under pressure like we did a bit at the start.
You more so.
What? So show was calm. Shan's paid for it as well though. I did say that to you, innit?
Yeah.
I always say, can't lie, what you two are doing as well, as a couple, this is powerful. This is a niche alone. This is where you just need to keep consistent, just keep promoting, keep posting, don't watch no face, because you lot are gonna get your flowers. This thing is gonna this will prevail. This will blow. This will blow. And like we've all got links in it, so it's about helping each other, and man's gonna share.
You gotta hear that.
No, it will. Bro, I sat down and watched it. I even said to my missus earlier, and she was like, wow, I'm gonna take this in. Like, you get me? And when I was explaining to her, I was like, yeah, my friend Terrence and his missus, and she's like, oh, what? Like, you know, like, she's always watching podcasts. Like, she might be watching the Receipts podcast, and it's just women going at men. Yeah. Man might be watching Rare. I was on Rare Talks. Man's always going at women. Like right now, they're going on like he's the new
Kevin
Samuels. He's on Big Ego right now. He's on Bobby Kasanga's thing. He had the interview yesterday, and even the way he tried to fob man on it is a bit. You get me? Like, oh yeah, I put people on there like and chatted like name me like. I was part of it. I helped build it. It's nothing though. It's love, man. But we're not here for that. You get me? But yeah. So thank you for inspiring me.
No, love, man.
And like giving man the motivation as well. You see what I'm saying? And from the outside looking in, you lot are doing a good job. Just keep it up.
No, thank you.
Keep
it up.
You could do the outro then. Innit? You can do the outro then.
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. Just do the outro.
Boom. Done know. Hey, the Max and Sham podcast with FEND was the co-host today. Dusty Estate out now. You get me? Hey.
No, we gotta do bars though. No bars though, fam.
You say you got bars, yeah?
No, not me. You gotta do the bars though, fam. Let's go, fam.
What, you spit bars on there?
Just bars, random bars, fam.
Just spit, yeah?
No.
What you want me
Give me
to...
the chorus. Give me the chorus for the thing. Start it off for me. The chorus.
What,
thing.
my tune?
Yeah, the one that's out on
The one
YouTube,
that I put
yeah.
out.
City of dreamers, lion amongst hyenas. Man, take your life, you drive beamers. Off and make some extra paper.
Hey!
Hey!
Bars though, fam. Bars.
I need to get away, I'm trying to escape. I've been doing this for years, but I still ain't found my
thing. See, when you come and go, so you know that I ain't phased. They probably wouldn't stuck around if I found the fame. They say my time soon come, so I gotta stay awake. Way before YouTube, the streets knew my name.
I went from robbing phones on the train, now take trips.
Now I take trips with my bros on the plane. A lot of men don't want to change. I guess they're stuck in their ways. On the dusty estate, I was running around the same place. Had to say to myself, I was stuck in the maze. But money I met, tell my family don't worry, cause I'm gonna find a way. My word is my bond, and that's more than a promise. Took so many losses, but still had to accomplish.
Oi.
Living in the city full of robbers, killers, shotters. I grew up in Toa, so they have to pay homage. I was really in the streets, high trees was my office.
Dreamers.
Man, take your life, you drive beamers. Off and make some extra papers.
Let them know.
Yeah, that's a banger, fam.
I was
so
so
proud of
Biggie,
that.
K-Sims on that tune there as well.
Yeah. Now, big up everybody, 9565. This is us. You download the MySpace inside Brockwine. Say something, though.
Say something.
Now, please, say something.
God.
Go like a camera shot.
I got the smile though. I got the
Be
smile.
checking, man. Out. Come, face this way.
Hey.
I love
City of dreamers, lion amongst hyenas. Man, take your life, you drive beamers. Off and make some extra papers. Cities of dreamers, lion amongst hyenas. Man, take your life, you drive beamers.